God says, it's an emergency. God has been trying to reach you. A secret courier is coming to your house, and this will shock you. Listen carefully, because this is not something you can afford to ignore or postpone. I am speaking to you directly, and if you turn away now, you may miss the very thing you have been praying for in silence. This is urgent, because what is coming is not random. It is prepared, it is intentional, and it carries a shift that will touch your life deeply. The courier I speak of is not just a person, it is a divine delivery, something sent with purpose, something that carries an answer you have waited for longer than you admit. Stay with this, because every word you hear now is meant for you, and missing it could mean delaying what has already been set in motion. Type Amen if you believe. I have been trying to reach you in ways you did not recognize. Through moments of stillness, through sudden thoughts that felt different, through doors that closed without explanation, I was speaking. But you were surrounded by noise, by doubt, by fear, and you questioned whether it was truly me. Now I am telling you clearly, there is no confusion here, no guessing, no uncertainty. This is me, and I am calling your attention because something is about to arrive that will make everything clearer. The emergency is not about danger, it is about timing. You are standing at a point where delay could cost you understanding, and distraction could cause you to miss what is being handed to you. The courier represents something tangible, something that will appear in your life in a way you cannot dismiss. It may come as a person, a call, a letter, or an unexpected encounter, but it will carry weight, and when it comes, you will feel it. Right now, I need you to pause and truly hear this. Do not scroll past. Do not let your mind wander, because what I am about to unfold is directly tied to your current season. You have been asking for clarity, for direction, for a sign that things are not falling apart, but falling into place. This is that sign, but it requires your attention, your openness, and your willingness to trust what you cannot yet see. Take a moment and press like on this video as a quiet act of agreement, because this is not just words, this is alignment with what is already moving toward you. What is coming to your house is not ordinary, and that is why it will shock you. You have grown used to expecting less, to preparing yourself for disappointment, to protecting your heart from hope. But I am about to interrupt that pattern, and it will feel unfamiliar at first. The courier carries something that breaks the limits you placed around your expectations. You have been thinking that your situation is stuck, that nothing is changing, that your prayers are hanging in silence. But I have not been silent. I have been working in places you cannot see, arranging things you could not have planned. This delivery is part of that work, and it is arriving at a moment that has been carefully chosen. Type yes if you trust in God. Do not underestimate this moment, because it is connected to everything you have endured. Every tear, every sleepless night, every time you held on when it would have been easier to let go, all of it has led here. The courier is not just bringing something new, it is bringing confirmation that your waiting was not wasted. You may wonder why I call it an emergency, and the answer is simple. Your attention has been drifting, your faith has been tested, and you have come close to giving up on something that was never meant to be abandoned. I am calling you back into focus, back into awareness, because what is coming requires you to be present, not distracted. There is something specific about your house that matters. It is not just a physical place, it is where you feel most yourself, where your guard is down, where truth meets you without filters. That is where this will arrive, because I am meeting you in your real space, not in a version of you that pretends everything is fine. When this courier comes, you will feel a moment of hesitation. You will question whether it is truly for you, whether you deserve it, whether it is safe to receive it, but I am telling you now, do not let doubt close the door on what I am sending. This is not a test to trick you. It is a gift to shift you. You have been asking for change, but when change comes, it rarely looks the way you imagined. It does not always come wrapped in comfort. Sometimes it arrives wrapped in surprise, even discomfort, because it is stretching you beyond what you thought possible. That is why this will shock you, because it will not fit the picture you had in your mind. Still, you must understand this clearly. I do not send anything into your life without purpose. Every detail, every timing, every connection is intentional. This courier carries something that aligns with your future, not your past, and that is why it feels unfamiliar. The courier that is coming carries more than you expect, and that is why I am speaking with urgency now. If you are not paying attention, you may treat it like something ordinary, something small, something that does not deserve your full awareness. But I am telling you, this is not small, and it is not random. This is a moment that has been carefully aligned with where you are right now. There have been signs already, small ones that you almost dismissed. A sudden thought that would not leave you alone. A feeling that something was shifting. A quiet sense that change was closer than it appeared. Those were not coincidences. They were gentle touches, reminders that something was moving. Now what is coming will not be gentle. It will be clear. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful. It feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You must understand why it will shock you. It is because you have adjusted yourself to survival instead of expectation. You have learned to cope instead of believe, to endure instead of anticipate. So when something arrives that does not match your survival mindset, it will feel unfamiliar, almost too good, almost too aligned. Type 777 to receive blessings. Do not let that feeling push you away from what is being given. The shock is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to awaken you. It is meant to remind you that I am still capable of doing what you thought was no longer possible. It is meant to break the quiet agreement you made with disappointment. I know the moments when you sat in silence, wondering if things would ever turn around. I know the prayers you whispered when no one was listening, the ones you barely had the strength to say. I know the times you held back tears because you felt like nothing was changing. None of that was unseen, none of that was ignored. This is why the courier is coming to your house. Not to someone else, not to a distant place, but to you where you are. Because I am not asking you to chase what I have prepared, I am bringing it to you. This is not about striving harder, it is about receiving what has already been set in motion. There is something deeply personal about this delivery. It connects to a part of your life that you thought was closed, something you had quietly given up on. You told yourself it was better to move on, better to stop expecting anything from that area. But I never closed that door. And now I am reopening it in a way you did not expect. You may feel unprepared when it arrives. You may think you need more time, more clarity, more strength. But the truth is, you are already ready, even if you do not feel like it. Everything you have gone through has been shaping you for this moment. Even the pain, even the confusion. Type 222 if you trust God. The emergency I spoke of is not about fear, it is about alignment. You are being called to align your heart with what is already being delivered. If your mind is still trapped in doubt, you may hesitate. If your heart is still guarded, you may resist. That is why I am speaking now, so that when it comes, you recognize it. You have spent so much time questioning yourself, wondering if you are enough, if you are worthy, if you are capable. Let me make this clear. This delivery is not based on your perfection, it is based on my promise. You do not have to earn what I have already decided to give. There will be a moment, very soon, when something interrupts your normal routine. It may seem small at first, almost easy to overlook, but there will be a feeling attached to it, something that pulls your attention, something that feels different from everything else. That is your signal. Do not ignore that feeling. Do not brush it aside or tell yourself it is nothing. That is the moment where you must pause, where you must look closer, where you must listen. Because within that moment is the beginning of what I have been preparing for you. You are not behind in life, even though it feels that way. You are not late, even though others seem ahead. You are exactly where you need to be for this to reach you at the right time. If things had happened earlier, you would not have been able to receive it fully. There is a reason your journey has been slow in certain areas. There is a reason doors closed when you thought they should open. There is a reason certain people walked away. It was not to punish you, it was to position you. Because what is coming requires space, requires clarity, requires a heart that is no longer tied to what cannot move forward with you. The courier is not just bringing something new, it is bringing something that replaces what no longer belongs in your life. You may feel a mix of emotions when it arrives. Excitement, confusion, even a little fear. That is normal. You are stepping into something unfamiliar, something that stretches beyond your current understanding. But do not let fear make the decision for you. I am with you in this moment, just as I have always been. You are not being left to figure this out alone. Every step you take, every choice you make, I am guiding you, even when you cannot feel it clearly. This is why I needed to reach you now, before it happens. So that when it comes, you are not caught off guard in a way that causes you to retreat. I want you to be ready to receive, ready to trust, ready to move forward. You have asked for a sign, and this is it. Not something vague, not something distant, but something real, something that enters your life in a way you cannot deny. This is the answer you have been waiting for. Even if it does not look the way you imagined, do not compare this to anything from your past. What I am doing now is new, and it does not follow the same patterns that disappointed you before. If you try to measure it with old expectations, you may misunderstand it. Let go of the idea that things will happen the way they always have. Let go of the fear that history will repeat itself. This is not a repetition, this is a shift. The courier is closer than you think. The timing is not far away. And when it happens, you will remember these words, and you will understand why I spoke with such urgency. What if attracting wealth didn't require hard work, just the right words? This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free, financially free individuals. Scientists say each of these 9 words activates a hidden abundance center deep in your brain. People are using it from home and seeing results in just weeks. It was never meant for the public, and now that it's out, the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The courier I am sending is not delayed, not lost, and not uncertain. Every step toward your house is already known. Every second accounted for, every detail secured. You may feel like nothing is happening, but movement does not always make noise. Sometimes the most important things travel quietly until the exact moment they must be revealed. You have been measuring time by your frustration instead of my plan. You have counted the days by what has not happened instead of what has been prepared. But understand this: my timing is not working against you, it is working for you. If it feels slow, it is because it is being made right. There is something inside you that still doubts whether this could truly be for you. You look at your past mistakes, your missed chances, your moments of weakness, and you wonder if they disqualified you. But I do not measure you by your worst moments. I measure you by my purpose for you. Type 1010 to claim miracles. The shock you will feel is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to break through that doubt. It is meant to show you that I am not limited by what you have been through. You have placed boundaries around what you think is possible, but I have not accepted those limits. You may ask, why now? Why at this exact moment when you have almost adjusted to things staying the same? The answer is simple. You have reached the point where you are ready to receive without trying to control everything. You have been softened by your experiences, and now your heart is open in a way it was not before. This delivery is connected to something you prayed for long ago. Not something recent, not something you just started asking for, but something deeper, something that stayed in your heart even when you stopped speaking about it. You thought it was forgotten, but I never forget what matters to you. There will be a detail, something very specific, that confirms this is from me. It may be a word, a name, a timing, or a feeling that is too precise to ignore. Pay attention to that detail, because it will remove any confusion you might have. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. When the moment comes, you will feel a quiet pause inside you, as if time slows down just for a second. That pause is where you must listen. That is where you must choose not to rush, not to dismiss, but to recognize what is unfolding. You have spent so much time trying to figure everything out ahead of time. You have tried to predict outcomes, to protect yourself from being caught off guard. But this is not something you can fully understand before it happens. It is something you must experience. I know you have been hurt before when you allowed yourself to hope. I know you have faced situations where things looked promising but ended in disappointment. That history has made you cautious, and I understand why. But do not let past pain decide how you respond to what I am bringing now. This is not a repeat of what hurt you. This is not another situation designed to test your endurance. This is a turning point, something that begins to shift the direction you have been walking in. You may not feel strong enough for this, but strength is not what you need right now. You need trust. You need willingness. You need to allow yourself to step into something without having all the answers first. There is a reason this is coming to your house and not somewhere else. It is because I am meeting you in your reality, not in a place where you feel pressure to perform or pretend. I am entering your space, your life as it is, not as you wish it looked. You do not need to clean everything up before this arrives. You do not need to fix every flaw or resolve every struggle. I am not waiting for you to become perfect before I act. I am acting because you are mine. There will be a moment where you are tempted to hesitate. You will think about what could go wrong, what might not work out, what risks are involved. That hesitation is where many people turn away from what was meant for them. Do not let that be your story. Do not step back when you are being called forward. Even if your voice shakes, even if your heart beats faster, move toward what is being placed in front of you. You are not alone in this. Even when you feel uncertain, I am steady. Even when you feel weak, I am strong. Even when you feel confused, I see the full picture clearly. This is why I needed you to hear this before it happens. So that when the moment comes, you remember that you were prepared, that you were warned in love, not in fear. The courier is carrying something that aligns with your next chapter, not your old one. It is not tied to who you used to be, but to who you are becoming. That is why it feels unfamiliar, because you are stepping into a version of your life you have not lived yet. You have been asking for change, but change requires movement. It requires you to step out of what feels safe and into what feels possible. This is your invitation to do exactly that. There is no accident in this. There is no randomness. This is intentional, planned, and perfectly timed. And you are not being asked to chase it, you are being asked to receive it. You have been sensing a shift, even if you could not explain it. There have been moments where you felt restless for no clear reason, moments where your routine no longer felt as comfortable as it once did. That is not confusion, that is preparation. Something inside you has been responding to what is already on its way. The courier is not just bringing an opportunity, it is bringing clarity. It is bringing a moment where things that felt uncertain begin to make sense. You have been trying to connect pieces that did not seem to fit together, and this arrival will begin to show you how those pieces align. Type 555 if you are ready for change. Why are neuroscientists calling this a wealth trigger? Because over 19,547 people are already using this 9-word password, and their lives are changing fast. Unexpected deposits, cleared debts, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it taps into a 150 million-year-old brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. It's already changed the lives of thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. Do not expect it to come wrapped in perfection. Sometimes what carries the greatest impact does not look impressive at first glance. It may seem simple, even ordinary, but the weight it carries will be undeniable once you look deeper. You have been taught, through experience, to be cautious. You have learned to question things that seem too sudden, too unexpected, too different. That caution has protected you in the past, but now it must be balanced with discernment. Not everything new is a threat, and not everything unexpected is meant to harm you. This is where you must listen beyond your fear. Fear will always speak first. It will always try to protect you by holding you back. But my voice does not come with panic. It comes with a quiet certainty, even if you do not fully understand it yet. There is a reason I called this an emergency. It is because the moment requires your presence. If your mind is scattered, if your focus is elsewhere, you may miss the significance of what is happening. I am drawing your attention back, pulling you into awareness, because this matters. Type 1111 to affirm your faith. You have been standing at a crossroads without realizing it. One path keeps you where you are, in the familiar, in the predictable, even if it feels limiting. The other path moves you forward, but it requires trust. It requires you to step into something you cannot fully see yet. The courier represents that second path. It is the doorway into something that shifts your direction. But a doorway only matters if you are willing to walk through it. I will not force you. I will not push you, but I am inviting you. There is something you need to release before this fully unfolds. It is not something physical, it is something internal, a belief that you are not ready, a fear that things will not work out, a habit of expecting less so you are not disappointed. Those things cannot move forward with you. They will only hold you back from receiving what is already being placed in your life. This is your moment to let them go, even if it feels uncomfortable. You have been stronger than you realize. You have carried more than you expected to carry. You have made it through situations that once felt impossible. That strength was not for nothing, it was building you for this. When the courier arrives, there will be a sense of recognition. Even if you cannot explain it, even if it does not fully make sense, something inside you will know. That knowing is important. Do not ignore it. You may want to ask others for their opinion, to seek confirmation, to make sure you are not making a mistake. But this is something deeply personal. While wisdom from others can help, this decision is ultimately between you and me. I have been guiding you in ways you did not always notice, protecting you from paths that were not right for you, closing doors that would have led you into more struggle. That same guidance is present now. Do not rush, but do not delay either. There is a balance you must hold. Take the moment seriously, give it your attention, but do not overthink it to the point where you talk yourself out of it. This is not about perfection. You may not respond perfectly. You may feel uncertain. You may even make small mistakes along the way. That does not cancel what I am doing. What matters is your willingness. What matters is your openness. What matters is that you do not shut the door because of fear. You have been asking for a breakthrough, even if you stopped using that word. You have been longing for something to change, something to move, something to finally shift. This is part of that breakthrough. But breakthroughs do not always feel the way you expect. They are not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes they begin quietly, with a single moment, a single decision, a single step. That is what this is. A beginning. Do not measure it by its size at the start. Measure it by its impact over time. What may seem small in the moment can grow into something that changes everything. You are not being left behind. You are not forgotten in the middle of your struggle. You are being brought into alignment with something that has your name on it. This is why I needed you to hear this now, so that when it happens you do not dismiss it, so that you do not let fear or doubt cause you to miss what was meant for you. Stay grounded, stay aware, stay open. I am not sending this to confuse you, and I am not creating a situation that will leave you uncertain. What is coming carries a clarity that will settle inside you once you allow yourself to receive it. But before that moment arrives, you must quiet the noise that has been surrounding your thoughts. Doubt, fear, and past disappointment have been speaking loudly, trying to shape how you see everything. You have been carrying questions that have not been answered for a long time. Questions about your direction, your purpose, your future, and whether things will truly change. I have heard every one of those questions, even the ones you never said out loud. This delivery is not just about giving you something new, it is about answering what has been weighing on your heart. Type 888 to receive divine alignment. There is something you must prepare yourself for, not by doing more, but by becoming more aware. The moment this arrives, it may not come with an announcement or a dramatic sign. It may enter your life quietly, almost as if it is testing whether you are paying attention. But what it carries will not be quiet for long. A leaked 9-word password is quietly transforming people's financial lives. More than 19,000 people have already used it to attract wealth, freedom, and peace. People are using it daily from their couch and reporting real financial breakthroughs. Scientists say it activates deep brain pathways linked to money, working far faster than traditional methods. This was once hidden by elites, and now it's spreading too fast. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You will begin to notice connections forming, things aligning in ways that cannot be explained by coincidence. That is how you will know this is not ordinary. This is not something you created. This is something that was prepared. You have been in a season where things felt delayed, where progress seemed slow, where answers felt out of reach. That season was not wasted. It was shaping your patience, your endurance, and your ability to recognize what truly matters. There are things you would have accepted before that you will not accept now. There are paths you would have taken before that you will now avoid. That growth is important, because what is coming requires a different version of you, one that is no longer settling. Type 333 if you believe God is guiding you. You may still feel unsure of yourself, and that is okay. Confidence is not a requirement for what is about to happen. What matters is your willingness to trust, even when you do not feel completely ready. There is something about this moment that connects directly to your identity. Not the identity shaped by your past or by what others have said about you, but the identity I have always known. This is a step toward becoming that person more fully. The courier is carrying something that reflects that identity. It is not random. It is not misplaced. It belongs to you. Even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it stretches you, it aligns with who you are meant to be. You have spent time trying to understand your place, wondering where you truly belong, where you fit, where you can finally feel settled. This is part of that answer. It may not complete everything at once, but it will move you closer. There will be a moment when you realize that this is connected to something bigger than you first thought. At first, it may seem like a single event, a simple occurrence, but as it unfolds, you will begin to see how it touches multiple areas of your life. That is why it is important not to dismiss it. Do not reduce it to something small just because it arrives quietly. Some of the greatest shifts begin in ways that seem almost ordinary. You are not being asked to understand everything immediately. You are being asked to trust the step in front of you. Understanding will come as you move forward, not before. There is also something you must leave behind as this unfolds. It is the habit of over-analyzing every possibility, trying to predict every outcome, trying to control every detail. That habit has been exhausting you, and it is not needed here. This is not something you can control into existence. It is something you must receive and walk with. That requires a different kind of strength, one that is rooted in trust rather than control. You have been protected in ways you did not always notice. Situations that could have gone wrong but did not. Paths that could have led you away from your purpose but were closed. That same protection surrounds this moment. Nothing that is coming is meant to harm you. Even if it challenges you, even if it stretches you, it is working for your good. You are not stepping into danger, you are stepping into alignment. There may be people around you who do not understand what is happening. They may not see what you see. They may not feel what you feel. That is because this is not meant for everyone. It is meant for you. You do not need everyone's approval to move forward. You do not need everyone to agree with your decision. What you need is to recognize what I am placing in front of you and respond to it. You have been waiting for a clear moment, something that feels different from everything else. This is that moment. It may not look the way you expected, but it will feel different once you are in it. Do not let hesitation steal what has already been given. Do not let fear rewrite what has already been planned. This is your opportunity to step into something that was prepared with you in mind. The courier is not just bringing something external, it is activating something internal. It is awakening a part of you that has been waiting for the right moment to rise. I am not sending this to test your limits. I am bringing this to reveal your path. The courier is not just a sign, it is a step forward, something that moves you out of waiting and into motion. You have been in a space where you felt paused, where things were not fully moving, where answers were not fully clear. That pause is ending, and what comes next will require your attention. There is something inside you that already knows this is true. Even as you read these words, something within you is responding. That response is not random, it is recognition. It is your spirit aligning with what has already been set in place. Type 444 if you feel this is meant for you. You have spent time wondering if you missed your chance, if you waited too long, if something passed you by without you noticing. But I am telling you now, nothing meant for you has been lost. What is yours is still yours, and it is arriving at the right time. This is why you must release the idea that you are behind. You are not late, you are aligned. The journey you have been on has brought you to this exact moment, and there is purpose in every step that led you here. There is also something important you need to understand about how this will unfold. It will not force itself into your life in a way that removes your choice. You will have a moment where you must decide how you respond. That decision is where your growth meets my plan. Type 666 to declare readiness for change. What secret did elites use to attract wealth so easily? A simple 9-word password now leaked to the public. People are using it daily and watching money flow into their lives like never before. Scientists say it activates an ancient brain system tied directly to abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. It's already helped thousands become debt-free in just weeks. But this breakthrough is under pressure and may disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You may feel a pull in two directions when that moment comes. One direction will feel safe, familiar, predictable. The other will feel uncertain, new, and slightly uncomfortable. That second direction is where the shift is. Do not let comfort keep you from stepping into what is meant for you. Comfort can sometimes become a quiet limitation, a place where nothing grows. What I am bringing into your life is not meant to keep you the same, it is meant to move you forward. There is a reason why this is coming now and not earlier. If it had come before, you might not have recognized it. You might have overlooked it or misunderstood it. But now, you have a different awareness, even if you do not fully realize it yet. You have been shaped by your experiences, refined by your struggles, strengthened by your patience. All of that has prepared you to receive this in a way you could not have before. When the courier arrives, there will be something about the moment that stands out. It may not be obvious to others, but it will be clear to you. That clarity is important because it is your confirmation. Do not rush past that moment. Take it in. Let yourself fully recognize what is happening. This is not something you need to hurry through. It is something you need to be present for. You have been asking for direction, even if you did not use that word. You have been wanting to know what comes next, where to go, what to do. This is part of that direction. But direction does not always come with a full map. Sometimes it comes with one step, one opportunity, one moment that leads to the next. That is what this is. There is also something you need to guard against as this unfolds. It is the voice that tells you this is too good to be true, that something will go wrong, that you should hold back just in case. That voice is rooted in past pain, not present truth. Do not let past pain decide your present response. What happened before does not control what is happening now. This is a new moment, a new opportunity, a new path. You are not being asked to ignore wisdom or to move without thought. You are being asked to trust what you sense, to recognize what is being placed before you, and to respond with faith instead of fear. There will be a sense of timing that feels precise, almost intentional in a way that stands out. That is because it is. Nothing about this is accidental. You may also notice that certain distractions try to pull your attention away around the same time. Things that seem urgent but are not truly important. That is not coincidence. That is interference. Stay focused. Do not let small distractions cause you to miss a significant moment. What is coming deserves your full awareness. You have been protected for this. Even when you felt exposed, Even when things seemed uncertain, there was protection around you. That protection continues now. Nothing that is coming is outside of my control. Nothing is happening without purpose. You are not stepping into something unknown to me, even if it is unknown to you. This is why you can move forward without fear, not because you understand everything, but because you trust the one who does. You have been chosen for this moment, not by chance, not by accident, but by design. There is a reason this is coming to you and not to someone else. Do not question your worth when it arrives. Do not step back because you feel unqualified. You are not receiving this because you are perfect. You are receiving this because you are positioned. This is your moment to respond differently, to not shrink back, to not doubt yourself into stillness, to not let fear close a door that was opened for you. The courier is almost at your door. The timing is close, closer than you think. And when it happens, you will understand why everything had to unfold the way it did. I have not brought you this far just to leave you uncertain. Every step you have taken, even the ones that felt like setbacks, have been guiding you here. There were moments when you thought you were moving in the wrong direction, times when nothing made sense, times when you questioned everything. But even then, you were being led. Even then, you were not alone. The courier that is coming is carrying something that belongs to this exact moment in your life. Not your past, not your future far ahead, but right now, it connects with what you are facing, what you are feeling, what you are needing. That is why it cannot be delayed any longer. Type 999 if you believe something is shifting. There is something very specific about this delivery that will stand out to you. It will not blend in with the ordinary flow of your day. It will interrupt it in a way that catches your attention. That interruption is not a disruption. It is a redirection. You have been moving in a pattern that has become familiar, even if it has not been fulfilling. You have learned how to navigate your days without expecting too much, without reaching too far. That pattern has kept you steady, but it has also kept you limited. What is coming will interrupt that pattern. It will introduce something that does not fit into your usual way of thinking or doing things. That is where your decision begins. Type 111 to step into new beginnings. You will have a moment where you must decide whether to stay within what feels safe or to step into what feels uncertain. That moment will not last long, but it will be significant. It will carry weight beyond what it seems at first. You may feel resistance rising inside you, thoughts that question whether this is the right move, whether you should wait, whether you should hold back. That resistance is not a warning. It is a reaction to stepping outside of what you are used to. Do not let that resistance control your choice. Recognize it, but do not follow it. What is being offered to you is not meant to harm you, it is meant to move you forward. Why are thousands suddenly becoming financially free? Because they discovered a 9-word wealth password hidden in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected money, cleared debts, and new opportunities. Some say the results feel almost divine. Scientists confirm it activates a powerful ancient part of your brain linked to wealth and abundance. But now that it's leaked, it won't stay available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is also something you need to understand about the nature of this moment. It is not just about receiving, it is about responding. What you do next matters. You have been given opportunities before, and some of them you let pass because you were unsure, because you were afraid, because you did not feel ready. This is not a moment to repeat that pattern. You are more prepared now than you were then. Even if you do not feel it fully, your growth has brought you to a place where you can handle what is coming. You have learned through experience. You have gained wisdom through your struggles. You have developed a deeper awareness of yourself and your surroundings. All of that matters now. When the courier arrives, there will be something about the interaction that feels meaningful. It may be brief, it may be simple, but it will carry a depth that you cannot ignore. That depth is your signal. That is how you will know this is not ordinary. That is how you will recognize that this is connected to something greater. You have been asking for something to change, even if you did not say it out loud. You have been wanting a shift, a movement, a sign that things are not stuck forever. This is part of that answer. But answers do not always come in the form you expect. They do not always match the picture you had in your mind. That is why you must stay open. If you try to force this into your expectations, you may miss its true purpose. Let it unfold as it is. Let it reveal itself in its own way. There is something about this moment that will require you to trust quickly, not blindly, but without over-analyzing to the point of inaction. That balance is important. You do not need to rush, but you also do not need to delay unnecessarily. There is a window of response, and within that window, you must act. You are not being set up to fail. You are not being led into confusion. You are being guided into alignment. Everything about this has been prepared with you in mind. The timing, the details, the way it enters your life, all of it has been considered. You may not understand it fully right away, and that is okay. Understanding often comes after the step, not before it. There is also something else happening beneath the surface. As this unfolds externally, something is shifting internally within you. Your perspective, your confidence, your sense of direction. You may begin to feel a quiet strength rising, a sense that you are capable of more than you thought. That is part of this process. This is not just about changing your circumstances. It is about changing how you see yourself within those circumstances. You have spent time feeling uncertain, questioning your path, wondering if you are truly moving forward. This moment will begin to answer those questions in a real way. Do not dismiss it when it happens. Do not treat it as something small. Give it the attention it deserves. This is a turning point, not because it is loud or dramatic, but because of what it leads to. You are stepping into something new, something that has been prepared, something that has been waiting, something that is now ready to meet you where you are. I have watched you carry questions that never fully left your heart. You have asked why certain things had to fall apart, why some doors remained closed no matter how hard you tried, why answers seemed delayed. Those questions were not ignored. They were part of a deeper unfolding that you could not yet see. Now you are close to understanding why everything had to happen the way it did. The courier I am sending is not just a sign of change. It is a confirmation that your life is not stuck in the place you thought it was. You have been looking at your situation through the lens of delay, but I see it through the lens of alignment. What you thought was lost time was actually preparation time. Type 1313 if you believe your time is coming. There is something about this moment that will feel different from everything that came before it. It will not carry the same uncertainty, the same confusion, the same unanswered questions. Instead, there will be a sense of quiet clarity, even if you cannot explain it fully. You have been in situations before where things seemed promising but turned out to be temporary. That history has shaped how you respond to new opportunities. It has made you cautious, careful, and sometimes hesitant to believe that something real is finally happening. But this is not temporary. This is not something that fades as quickly as it appears. What is coming carries a deeper purpose, something that extends beyond a single moment. Type 1414 to accept divine timing. You may notice that your surroundings begin to shift slightly as this approaches. Small changes in your routine, unexpected interruptions, moments that feel slightly out of place. These are not distractions, they are adjustments. Everything is being positioned so that when the moment arrives, you are exactly where you need to be. Even the smallest details are being arranged with care. There is also something happening within you that you may not fully recognize yet. Your awareness is sharpening. You are becoming more sensitive to what feels right and what does not. That sensitivity is important now. When the courier arrives, you will need that awareness. You will need to recognize the difference between something ordinary and something meaningful. That recognition will guide your response. You have spent time doubting your ability to make the right choices. You have questioned whether you can trust your own instincts, whether you can recognize what is good for you. But I am telling you now, you are more capable than you think. Why are over 19,547 people suddenly attracting unexpected wealth? Because they started using a strange 9-word password discovered in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. Scientists say it activates a 150 million year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. This password was quietly used by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. Now it's spreading fast and could be taken down any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The growth you have gone through has prepared you for this. Even the mistakes you made have taught you something. Even the wrong turns helped you understand what does not align with you. This moment is not about testing you. It is about trusting what has already been built within you. There is something you need to release before this fully unfolds. It is the fear of making the wrong choice. That fear has held you back in the past, causing you to hesitate when you should have moved forward. But this time is different. You are not the same person you were before. You have more awareness, more understanding, more clarity. When the moment comes, you will feel a pull toward what is right. It may not be loud, but it will be steady. That steady feeling is what you must follow. Do not expect everything to be perfectly clear right away. Sometimes clarity comes in layers. The first layer is recognition, the next is understanding, and then comes full clarity. You are being asked to move with recognition first. Understanding will follow as you continue forward. There is also something important about the way this will enter your life. It will not demand your attention aggressively. It will present itself, and then it will wait. That waiting is where your response matters. It is where you decide whether to step forward or step back. You have been given free will, and this moment respects that. You are not being forced into anything. You are being invited. But understand this, invitations like this do not remain open forever. There is a timing to everything. A moment where the opportunity is present and must be received. You are not being rushed, but you are being called to be aware. Awareness is what allows you to recognize the moment when it arrives. There is something deeply personal about this. It connects to your journey in a way that no one else can fully understand. Others may see the surface, but only you will feel the depth. You do not need external validation to move forward. You do not need everyone to understand your decision. What you need is to trust what is being placed in front of you. You have been guided to this point, even when it did not feel like guidance. Even when it felt like confusion or delay, there was direction in it. Now that direction is becoming clearer. The courier is close. The moment is near. And when it happens, You will feel a shift that cannot be ignored. It will not be overwhelming in a chaotic way, but it will be undeniable. You will know that something has changed. That change is not just external, it is internal as well. It is a shift in how you see your path, your possibilities, your future. You have been waiting for something real, something that carries weight, something that does not fade. This is part of that reality. Do not let doubt speak louder than what you feel in that moment. Do not let fear convince you to stay where you are when you are being called forward. You are ready, even if you do not feel fully ready. You are capable, even if you still have doubts. This is your moment to respond differently, to step into what is being offered, to move forward with trust. Stay present, stay aware, stay open. You have reached a moment where everything within you is being asked to pay attention, even the parts of you that have grown quiet from waiting. There is a stirring that refuses to be ignored, a sense that something is about to break through the stillness you have been living in. You may not have words for it, but you feel it, and that feeling is not misleading you. It is guiding you to remain awake, to remain ready, to remain open. I have not allowed you to come this far only to leave you in uncertainty. There is purpose in every delay you faced, in every closed door, in every unanswered question. Those moments shaped your awareness, even when they frustrated you. Now you are standing in a place where awareness matters more than effort. The courier is not coming to confuse your path, but to clarify it. You have been carrying multiple thoughts about what your next step should be, weighing different possibilities, wondering which direction is right. This arrival will cut through that confusion in a way that feels simple and clear. Type 1515 if you believe clarity is coming. There is something about this moment that requires you to slow down internally, even if everything around you feels normal. It is not about changing your routine suddenly, it is about shifting your focus. When the courier arrives, you must be present enough to recognize what is happening. You have been distracted at times, pulled in different directions by responsibilities, by worries, by thoughts that do not lead you forward. That distraction is not random. It has been keeping you from noticing what is forming. Now is the time to bring your attention back. Type 1616 to stay spiritually alert. You may find that in the hours or days leading up to this, there is a subtle tension in your spirit. Not fear, but anticipation. Not anxiety, but awareness. That tension is a signal. It is telling you that something is about to shift. Do not try to suppress that feeling. Do not brush it aside as something unimportant. It is preparing you to receive what is coming with clarity instead of confusion. There is something important you need to remember in this moment. You are not being asked to become someone else in order to receive this. You are being met exactly where you are. You do not need to pretend. You do not need to perform. You do not need to prove anything. This is not about your perfection. It is about your position. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful, it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You have been positioned through everything you have experienced, even the parts you wish had never happened. Those experiences were not wasted, they were shaping your perspective, refining your understanding. Now that understanding is about to be applied in a real way. When the courier arrives, there will be a moment of recognition that does not depend on logic alone. It will come from within you, a sense that this is important, that this matters, that this is not something to ignore, that recognition is your guidance. It is how you will know this is not just another moment passing by. You have been asking for something that would make things clearer, something that would give you direction, something that would show you that you are not moving without purpose. This is part of that answer. But answers often require a response. They are not just given to be observed, they are given to be acted upon. You will have a choice when this arrives. Not a complicated choice, but a meaningful one. A choice between staying where you are or stepping into what is being offered. That choice may feel simple on the surface, but it carries deeper significance. It is connected to your willingness to move forward. You have hesitated before, and that hesitation cost you opportunities that were meant to help you grow. This is not a moment to repeat that pattern. You are not the same person you were then. You have more awareness now, more understanding, more ability to recognize what is right for you. Trust that growth. Trust that you have learned what you needed to learn. There may be a voice that tries to remind you of past mistakes, that tries to bring up moments where things did not work out. That voice is not guiding you forward. It is trying to keep you where you are. Do not give it power in this moment. Focus on what is in front of you, not what is behind you. You are being invited into something new, something that does not follow the same patterns as your past. That is why it may feel unfamiliar. Unfamiliar does not mean wrong. It means new. You have been asking for change, and change always comes with a level of unfamiliarity. That is how you know it is different from what you have experienced before. There is something else happening as this unfolds. Your confidence will begin to shift, not in a loud or dramatic way, but in a steady, quiet way. You will begin to feel more certain about your steps, more aware of your direction, more aligned with what you are doing. That shift is part of what this moment is bringing. You are not being left to figure everything out on your own. Guidance is present, even if it does not always come in the way you expect. Sometimes guidance comes through a feeling, a thought, a sense of knowing that you cannot fully explain. Pay attention to that. It is part of how you are being led. The courier is not just bringing something external, it is activating something internal that has been waiting for the right moment to rise. That activation will change how you see things, how you respond, how you move forward. You are not being pushed into something without support. Everything you need to take the next step is already within you. This is why you can move forward without fear, even if you do not have all the answers yet. You have been prepared in ways you did not fully understand. Now that preparation is about to meet opportunity. The courier is now so near that the timing is no longer something you need to wonder about. It is no longer a question of if, but when, and that when is approaching faster than you expect. This is why your attention matters now more than ever. Type 1717 if you feel something is about to happen. There is something about this moment that requires you to trust your awareness more than your fears. Your fears will try to interpret everything through your past experiences, through what has gone wrong before, through what did not work out.